Hey there, welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining me. This is Father Marcus from the Costa Blanca Anglican Chaplaincy, just spending a few minutes chatting with you. Just very much aware that we're separate in our beings all over the place at the moment, and we're not able to gather in church, but we can gather online and on YouTube and over the airwaves and somehow build community wherever we are. And it's great that we're doing this, and it seems to be working very well. So it's lovely that you're watching this. Uh, Today, if we were in church, we would have been giving thanks for the lives and work and witness of Samuel and Henrietta Barnett. They were social reformers working a great deal in East London, and they were very keen to try and help people who were struggling with poverty and lack of resources to do with education. And they started evening classes and a whole range of things to drag people out of poverty and to try and make opportunities for all sorts of people to improve themselves. And also, they worked really hard at bringing the joy of music into the lives of people who were not used to it and not having it. And they were good people, good people. But it made me think that this whole idea of social reform is a big issue for us all over the world at the moment. There's a whole range of injustices that need to be dealt with, and social reformers are working very hard to make sure that we do that, and we must do that. We must try and overcome injustice and bring about a beautiful and a loving and a peaceful world. And there does come a time in history when it's right to rant and rave and shout and scream and holler and make a big deal out of stuff. And there are some injustices that really, really, really do need to be challenged at the very heart of wherever they spring from. And I believe it's a good thing that we're dealing with this at the moment. But I also want to say that sometimes we make things an awful lot harder than we need to, because there's teaching that's been around for 2,000 years that Jesus gave us that would make a huge impact if we just took it seriously. And we know what it is. And people of faith and people who haven't got a faith but know the stories of Jesus know that what he says makes absolute sense. Absolute sense. Let's not make a big deal of it. Let's just listen to some of the simplicity of his message. It's about doing to others what you would like them to do to you, treating other people in the way that you would like them to treat you. Sometimes it's quite nice just to put a spin on this to get people thinking. Treat other people the way that you would like them to treat your children. You see, you wouldn't want someone to give your kids a hard time. You wouldn't want someone to abuse your children. You wouldn't want someone to be prejudiced against your children. So you would like them to treat your children with love and respect and value and honour, and help them when they need it, and support them and encourage them. And if we want that for our children, we should also want it for other people. So Jesus' message is the most simple. Treat other people in the way that you would like to be treated. Treat other people the way that you would like them to treat your kids. Jesus sums it up. Love one another. Love them like you love yourself. Because it's so simple, we forget it. But we know it's there. But here's the thing. The world does need to change without a shred of a doubt. And we do need to move forward on a whole range of issues without a shred of a doubt. And there are huge injustices that people are experiencing every day without a shred of a doubt. And they need to be combated. And the way that we combat them, or one of the ways that we combat them, shall I say, is by making sure of what we do, us as an individual. We can't solve all the problems in the world today, but we can solve a problem of ourselves today by just committing ourselves to some simple actions. And it's how we treat people, whether we treat them with respect. You see, it's not for us to discern whether or not they deserve it. It's not for us to discern whether or not we understand the backgrounds of everybody that we speak to. It's not for us to know the secrets of their hearts and the baggage that they're having to carry and the pain that they're experiencing. We don't know all that. We don't need to know all that. What we do know is that they are unique. The person that you're speaking to has something of God dwelling within them. The person that you are sharing some time with is made by the same person who made you and who made me. However we understand that, this sense of God being behind the whole of creation, there is a truth that permeates everything. And it's this: God brings us into being in order that he can love us. And our response to that, to the fact that we know that we exist so that God can love us, is to love him in return and to do what Jesus calls us to do. It's so simple. It's so simple. Love God, love your neighbour. Let's not make it complicated. Let's not have a commission to explore it. Let's not write essays about it. Let's just do it. You and I today and for the rest of our lives. Just do that. Not hard. Treat people with respect. Be kind. Be generous. Be thankful. Put other people first. Treat people in the way you would like your children to be treated. Not in a childish way, but in a caring, genuine way. If you do that, if you and I do this, if everyone who listens to this little rambling of mine does some of that, the world would be a better place. And it would be better because at the moment we don't all do that. At the moment we do pass remarks and we do gossip and we do make judgments about people and we do include some and exclude others. You and I do this. Let's not muck about. You and I do this and we know that it's not great. But we can change. If we want the world to change, and we do, then we can't want the world to change and not us. Let's be realistic about this. Everybody else in the whole world has got to change because there's all this terrible stuff happening. But I'm lovely. Well, no, you're not, and I'm not either. Well, no, you are lovely, and I am as well. But we could be better, and we could do stuff about the issues that we are concerned about. Let it begin with me and you today. Let's, me and you, just be the miracle today, and it's late, so today and tomorrow, and then give it some thought and have a go at it the next day, and then reflect on it and have a go at it the next day, and then think about it and have a go at it the next day, and allow yourself to be encouraged and inspired and uplifted by Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, by the presence of God, because they are all with you and in you and holding your hand and guiding you. So, old news, but good news. And let's just do it. There we are. I'm going to stop. Bless you, bless you, bless you. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.